don't really know how to feel about what's going on in the U.S. right now. There's a lot to process and my own shadow work to do as well, because I want to lash out in anger. I want to be angry. I don't know how to tame that and be creative with it. I'm in my mid-30s. I would really hate to be 70, 60, 50 years old and still trying to figure out what we're here for. It's heavily into AA and a little NA. And I just see people coming in just starting over, and they're in their 50s or 60s. Sometimes people don't get sober till they're 70 or even at all. But I also believe in reincarnation, and what you don't learn in this lifetime, you'll learn in the next one. I'm not trying to be like super philosophical or anything, and I don't claim to be perfect at all. What's wrong with being kind for no reason? But at the same time, I've done a lot of healing myself, and hurt people. And I'm not giving anybody an excuse. You know, if you're a dick, you're a dick. But everybody deserves a little bit of grace. And I see a lot of these people saying that they regret their vote. And there's people on the other side saying, well, you voted for this. And believe me, I felt that way too. We need more people on the side of love. And I feel like if we loved people more, that they would in turn love themselves and love other people. But if you've ever loved somebody when they're down in the trenches and stick with them and just love them into loving themselves, oh my God, it is so beautiful. That's what it was like a lot with AA and like sponsoring people. Have to let them know they're not crazy. That was a lot of my problem. I didn't want to go to therapy because I didn't want people to think I'm crazy, but now I don't care. I'm not saying we gotta love them, but I think we should respect some of them or all of them for admitting that what they chose was hateful. It's not up to us to judge them for that. I know some instances you really can't, because sometimes they're your abuser, you know. I feel like if we could love each other through our differences, you know, the billionaires wouldn't matter. They're obsolete because they don't have any love in their hearts and they're selfish. One thing I really liked about my therapist that I was seeing is she didn't say a lot, which always kind of like freaked me out a little bit because I don't really like talking about myself like that. But she would just look at me and say, how incredibly difficult that must be for you. And she meant it. Have you ever sat with someone and have someone say that your experience has to be incredibly hard and mean it? For someone who doesn't know me from squat, created a space for me to be vulnerable about how I feel, no matter how difficult it was. But in that one little moment of bravery, I shared myself with her. And without having to understand everything that I'm going through, she understood how incredibly difficult that must be. So healing. With mental health and losing my job, it's been incredibly hard emotionally. Oh, I just saw an owl. There's a bald eagle. I'd say this is a good sign for all of us. I love Michigan. Anyway, I just want to tell you, you're not alone. Oh, look. Thank you for the signs and synchronicities.